Okay, so I've been asked about what do I think about these, shall I say, alleged alien sightings down there in Bayside, Miami. And this is my take. Now, I've already shared multiple prophecies, visions, and revelations from the Lord on this channel about the increasing presence of aliens/demonic entities appearing or showing themselves here on earth and walking amongst us. And one of these specific revelations, if you'll recall, last year I shared it with you guys. It was about this very revealing revelation that Yah had given to me, where I saw these demonic demon shape-shifting beings leaving the moon and coming to earth and assuming the identities of human beings. But not only that, I recall also sharing prophecies of the Anunnaki giants coming to earth and walking amongst people in the coming years, and especially at the time of the 3 days of darkness. Because what's happening is, the closer that the destroyer planet, which is Planet X, gets to our earth, the more these demonic entities will begin to show themselves and will begin to be emboldened, because they'll be thinking that it is their time to completely take over and to rule over this earth. And so as it is written that Lucifer will be given a short period to rule, so likewise will be his subordinates beneath him. These demons will get more brave and will begin to show themselves more often the closer it gets to that time period. Because I've also seen that they've been coming in waves, in greater numbers over the years. And there's a great number of them. There are many different types of them. And I'm telling you all of this so that you may be the wiser. For the Lord said, my people are destroyed from lack of knowledge. Now, as regards the incident that took place down there in Bayside, Miami, the Lord had given a vision to a sister of ours concerning this year, the year of 2024. And as a part of the revelation that Yah had given to this sister, He told her that we will see many things in this year of 2024 that is not as it appears, which means that things that are not real. And so going forward, we'll have to pray and ask Yah to give us an increase in discernment. For deception and lies are increasing greatly as we draw closer to the end. Now, we all know that the government has technology which they can use to make the unreal to appear totally real. And I believe this technology is called Project Bluebeam, as many of you guys have already heard of it. And with this technology, it allows them to project very sophisticated, very lifelike holographic images. And they've had this technology for many years now. So one can only imagine the tremendous upgrade that they've made to these technologies. One can only imagine what they're capable of today. So now, going back to the Bayside incident in Miami. Now knowing that both are a possibility, because we know that these demonic alien beings have been showing themselves, appearing here on the earth, crashing on the earth, and walking amongst us. We know that this has been going on for quite some time, and will begin to increase in frequency the nearer we draw to the end. We all know this, and I myself know this, as the Lord Himself has shown this to me in several different visions, and I've had personal encounters with them. So if you're a child of Yah, you should not be ignorant of this truth, because we are children of the light, and we should by no means be like those who are in the dark, like the great majority that the beast has programmed with their lies. So yes, we already know about these fallen demonic entities that have been showing themselves and will continue to show themselves and increase in their presence here on the earth. But also, we are very much aware that the government have technology which they can use to project images and to make the unreal appear to be real. So now, being aware that both of these scenarios could be a possibility, and the fact that I wasn't there in Bayside, Miami, to discern for myself, I have to say that until we receive further evidence via testimonies from corroborating witnesses, or something else comes up, I can't say for sure what really took place there. And the one witness who spoke about it said that he was lying about the entire thing. I mean, who does that? Unless, of course, he was being paid or being threatened to take back his story. Either way, the truth is usually the opposite of what mainstream media usually reports. And so I'll leave that with you for you guys to ponder.
What's going on, guys? My name is Fitz. I was there at the Bayside Mall with my family, and we all saw exactly what happened. Don't pay attention to a lot of the videos that are out there. I feel like a lot of people are trying to use this for clout. But what happened, we all saw what happened, and it's pretty serious. It's been a few days, and our whole family's processing it, but I think we've kind of accepted that we were a part of this weird experience and moment. So basically what happened was I was there with my brother Brian, my sister, and my nephew. We were looking for shoes for my nephew, and then we see a whole crowd of people outside the store just running out in a direction. So as soon as we saw it, we were like, oh shit, what's going on? So we immediately ran out with our nephew, and we picked him up and we ran out and we followed the crowd. And then about a few seconds later, as soon as we started running, my nephew, he's autistic, so he was pointing behind us and he was saying blanky, which he'll usually say whenever he feels unsafe or scared. And he was pointing behind us. So me and my brother, we look behind us, and then we see these 3 9-10 foot tall creatures. I'm not gonna say aliens. Everyone keeps saying it's aliens. I'm not saying aliens because I don't know what it was. None of us really knew. Everyone, all of us stopped in our track. We, a whole bunch of people were pointing at it. There were other people running. There was a crowd. As soon as it made itself more apparent, it looked like it was glitching, not like a computer pixelation, but like a wavy glitch. And whatever maybe was covering them had, unveiled or whatever. It looked like a glitch, man. It like a weird glitch in the Matrix or whatever. And then you could see it in its full form, all 3 of them. And then, they were all black. You saw eyes, and you could faintly see like lips. But, I was about 20 feet away, because obviously everybody gave it distance, right? And, they're tall. So we all just looked at them. They were just standing there. And the thing that was a little bit weird, but it was clearly observing us. It was sentient, right? Or whatever. I don't know, but it was aware of us. It looked at us, the whole crowd, and then as soon as it started walking with its big legs, it started almost glitching again, we all ran. My brother immediately said, yo, let's go. He grabbed me by the shoulder. We bolted out of there. And for anyone that's saying, where's the footage? Yeah, I know. I don't have any footage, and I'll explain why. Because when I saw it, I was in complete fear. It was something that I completely froze, man. I don't care if I sound like a bitch about it. I froze, and I don't care who you are. I feel like when you're seeing something paranormal, it's different than when you're seeing a fight. Yeah, you'll probably want to record that and put it on WorldStar or whatever. When you see something paranormal, that's different, because your reality, you can't comprehend what you're seeing. A fight, you kind of get it. 2 people are fighting. You can comprehend that. Something like this, none of us could comprehend. Your first instinct is it ain't to take out your phone and start recording. Your first instinct is I've never seen this before. What is this? Is it gonna hurt me or my family? That was my first #1 priority. So if you don't believe me, I get it. It's fine. It is silly. I'm sure that someone had footage from that night. If you did, please contact me just so we actually have it. So anyways, as soon as the creature started moving, we all just jetted out there. We ran out the front doors. And obviously we see a whole sea of cop cars, mad cop cars, other ones were coming in. And we ran with our nephew, and then, a cop stopped us. They took us to a bit of a safer area behind the cars. And then, and they asked us what we saw, and we told them what we saw. They wrote it down, and they asked everybody to check their phones. Not everybody, because there was mad people like running away too, right? They couldn't get everyone. So I'm wondering if someone's gonna post a video. But yeah, they looked through everyone's phone. I didn't record anything, so I was fine. None of us recorded anything, so we were basically free to go. But in the distance, you could still see, like, I didn't see the beings come out the door, right? But you could see on the side of the building, kind of like that clip that everyone's seeing, that it was slowly walking, and it was like, it wasn't cloaking or glitching or whatever. It was walking. So I don't know if it seemed more like it was an interdimensional thing. Someone's coming into our dimension or whatever, a bunch of them. And I think, that it was just interesting, the police response, because it was a whole bunch of them. This ain't for no teenagers. No, this was for something way bigger. And it almost seemed like the cops had like a already made strategy for it, because they surrounded one of the beings with like all their police cars. They blared it up even louder because you could hear that it was louder. Maybe as an attempt to like distract it or let it know like, hey, you don't belong here, right? And they were trying to like slowly move alongside with it. But I didn't see anything else after that, because me and my family, we got out of there. We went into our car, we went home, because we had our nephew with us, and we went to make sure like he was okay. So I'm still kind of like processing everything. Like, it's weird, but at the same time, I'm glad that we weren't alone in seeing it, because like it was a whole bunch of us that saw it. And it feels kind of like, you're part of something like really big. But at the same time, it's confusing, because like you want to kind of like show people. Like, I wish I took a video, man, like, because people are gonna probably think I'm crazy, right? But yeah, I'm left with more questions. Like, we were all kind of left with more questions than anything else. Yeah, I'm not saying that it's aliens. I know everybody's saying it's aliens. I'm not saying that. All I'm saying is I saw something come in through like a weird glitchy, maybe a portal or whatever. And it was like they were pretty tall. You could see some facial. They were very dark, like and shiny, but I can't tell if it was like a wet shiny or like a metallic shiny. And long limbs. Long limbs, long fingers. They were definitely humanoid in shape, and shadowy. But maybe that shadowiness was like from a glitch or whatever, like whatever cloaking maybe they had like fell off. But yeah, it felt like something was coming into our world or whatever.
So from January 1st to January 3rd, I had a dream that there was a big event that was happening. And, I was a part of this big event, and everyone was opening their gifts and all this stuff. But long story short, we walked to someone's house. And as we were going up their stairs, this house was a row house. And as we're going up the stairs, it was two levels of stairs. And we knocked on the door, on the screen door, because the front door was wide open. And when the front door was wide open, we realized that no one was home. So we're like, okay, no one's home, let's turn back around. When we turned back around, we noticed that the owner of the house was actually in a vacant parking lot across the street. It was like a market, but no one was parked there. It was a big open parking lot. And it's as if he got his ankle caught in like a pothole or something. So he was wailing in pain. So at first I'm thinking, how in the world did he get over there? And we didn't see him over there and whatever. So then I go to walk down to help him out. My husband walks him down. My kids go to, help him out. And next thing I know, I look down. And as I look down, I look back up because I'm just looking down just to make sure I get my next step, because it was a row house and it was 2 flights of stairs, just looking down super fast. This dream seemed super real, like it was really happening. I look down. When I look back up, all of a sudden, there are ambulances, whatever, surrounding him. And I'm like, what in the world? This happened literally out of nowhere. And I'm thinking to myself, how in the world was he just alone in a vacant parking lot, no one around him? Then all of a sudden I look down, and then there's ambulances everywhere, and then there's the paramedics around. They're walking around. And I'm like, what in the world is happening? So again, everybody's down there, and my mind is going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, because I'm thinking that this is impossible. So once I say out loud, how in the world could this happen? I just look down and look back up, and then all of a sudden there's all these people there. This hand touches me, takes my left shoulder, and says, it's because they're not real. And once he said that, I looked over, because now it's nighttime. All of a sudden, it's like, it's nighttime. And I look to the right, and I'm watching the paramedics walk, and they begin to fade off. Parts of them begin to fade off, like almost like in pixels. And that's when the Lord revealed to me in this dream that this is the year where you need to really be on the lookout. I don't want to say on the lookout because it sounds crazy, but be aware that there's going to be a lot of things happening that we're going to see that are really not real. That's really not happening.